I love the variety, the innovation in financial instruments, in structure, in thesis, in approaches, in risk management, in impact measurement. It's unbelievable. Next up, word of the future, hybridation. Foundations and NGOs can create investment arms and propel their actions globally through different instruments. I give you Scott.
Hello, I'm Scott Onder. I'm the Chief Investment Officer and co-founder of Mercy Corps Ventures. So the climate crisis is a global scale challenge, and it's being felt first in emerging and frontier markets. Yet, most climate capital is concentrated here in the global north. So to address a challenge as complex as the climate crisis, we need a new kind of model, a model that's truly global, that has a footprint and a presence to support climate adaptation solutions from emerging markets and to help them scale across borders. That's why we built the Resilient Future Fund. It's a $50 million early-stage venture capital fund investing in startups in emerging markets that are developing climate adaptation solutions for the people most at risk. We're a global team of former operators, entrepreneurs, and investors embedded in local startup ecosystems from Bogota to Nairobi to Jakarta. And uniquely, we're a venture capital fund integrated within a global development agency, Mercy Corps, that works in over 40 countries around the world and has a staff 6,000 people strong. This gives us unmatched insights, access, and credibility in the places where climate risk is highest and where venture capital is in short supply. And we have a strong track record. Our Fund 1 portfolio spans across 80 different emerging markets, including 30 of the most climate vulnerable and least developed nations. Most venture capital funds are unable to do this. We were built for this. The fallout from the climate crisis is already here. 130 million more people will be pulled into poverty this decade alone as a result. The communities that contributed the least, women, farmers, micro-entrepreneurs, are being affected first and hit hardest. Yet, most climate adaptation finance is not reaching them. Of the $340 billion that's needed annually by 2030, we're currently deploying less than 20% of this in emerging markets. And addressing this funding gap isn't just the right thing to do. We believe it's one of the most overlooked investment opportunities of our time. So we're seeing opportunities to fill this funding gap in 3 key areas: adaptive agriculture, food systems and land use, inclusive climate fintech, and climate-smart technologies like AI, risk analytics, renewable energy, nature-based solutions. And these aren't just ideas. These are real businesses solving real problems for their users. Pula, for instance, provides climate insurance digitally to over 20 million people across more than 22 countries. Ignitia delivers hyper-local weather forecasts via mobile across multiple continents. Meridia traces global supply chains for large corporate buyers here in the EU. And Floodbase is a flood data analytics platform that helps anticipate, respond to, and underwrite catastrophic flood risk. So in our first fund, we've invested in 58 startups that are positively impacting over 37 million people. 45% of these companies were women-led, founded by women. And we don't just invest, we have a technical assistance facility that's grant-funded that helps us de-risk and scale up these ventures across borders throughout our global platform. When less than half of the companies in the US and Europe are able to survive and raise a follow-on round of investment, we've already proven that we're doing something right. Over 80% of our portfolio companies have raised follow-on rounds, totaling over $500 million in follow-on capital. We've also been recognized as one of the top emerging impact fund managers by the Impact Assets 50, and our global team is both locally embedded and globally connected. We source over 2,000 deals a year, so we're able to be very specific about what we're investing in. We were built to invest at the frontier. So for any LPs in the room, any venture philanthropists, any ecosystem builders, let's talk. Let's build the future of climate resilience together.
Any questions? I'm sorry for the cough.
No, it's
sorry
okay.
to have disrupted your pitch, but it was brilliant anyway, so I didn't mind. Questions from the audience to Scott? Yes? No? Yes?
Thank you. Sorry, when you say 81% follow-on rate, can you be more specific? And also, you're investing in some of the hardest to reach, hardest to invest in markets. Can you tell us more about how we convince private investors to come and work with you?
Yeah, great questions. Thank you. So our strategy is a seed to follow-on strategy. For every portfolio company, we start investing at the seed stage, and then we provide a great deal of strategic support through our technical assistance facility until they raise their Series A. And raising that Series A is how we measure whether we're being effective at supporting them. So 81% have not only survived, they've raised significant follow-on rounds. And bringing foreign investors, international investors into some of these harder markets is exactly one of our goals. We do that by de-risking these models, proving the evidence base for impact, but also for the commercial sustainability of the models as well.
Thank you for the question. Yes?
Yep.
Yes?
Thank you. Question on sort of the relationship with Mercy Corps. You've spun off from Mercy Corps, but
Can you speak a bit louder, please?
sure. To what extent are you using Mercy Corps' infrastructure as it relates to deal deployment investment?
Yeah. Mercy Corps' massive global operational footprint has been tremendously valuable to us, as has the valuable network of corporates, governments, telcos, banks, to help our portfolio companies scale, either B2B to C solutions, expansion partnerships across borders. So the connection is very strong. We do have an independent fund management company with independent decision-making on the investment side, which we think is important to make smart investments. But the strategic partnership with the large global development agency is incredibly valuable to our portfolio.
And are they an LP in your fund?
Yes, so they're a committed LP and a part of the GP as well.
Thank you so much, Scott.
Thank you.